You don't know anything, you don't know anyone, and you cannot help. I'll say it again. You don't know anything, you don't know anyone, and you cannot help. As mass deportation raids are gearing up across the nation in sanctuary cities, those are three things we all need to remember going forward. For people who are undocumented, you do have rights. You still have rights, like the right to an attorney and the right to remain silent. Don't talk to anybody. They detain you, keep it polite, keep it cute, keep it quiet. If you're undocumented and somebody knocks on your door, you do not have to open it. I don't care if they're nice, I don't care if they're mean, I don't care if they're threatening. If they don't have a warrant, do not open that door. And they might say, we have a warrant. They need to slide it under the door and it better be signed. If you know someone who is undocumented at work, at school, in the hospital, no, you don't. Not anymore. If you have family members who are undocumented or friends who are, no, you don't. Stop posting about them. Stop putting their status out there. Just zip it. Because in order to perpetuate this kind of violence, they're going to need our help, and we're not going to give it to them. So again, if you take nothing else away, you don't know anybody, you don't know anything, and you cannot help them. You can say it as nicely or as meanly as you want to, but you know nothing, you know no one, and you cannot help.
If you see an immigration truck or an immigration agent, what you're going to do is yell as loud as you possibly can, La Migra. And I mean at the top of your lungs. Make sure everyone around you can hear it. If there's any stores in the area, any restaurants, go in there and say, La Migra. Let them know that immigration is there. If an ICE agent comes up to you, do not confirm or deny anything. You have no idea who's an immigrant. You don't know anyone's legal status. Do not speculate either. If an ICE agent tries to talk to you, say, I'm sorry, I don't know, I can't help you. Keep it moving. You do not owe them anything. Did you see something? No, you didn't. You didn't see anything. This agent comes to your door and nicely asks you, have you seen your neighbor? Do you know who this neighbor is? No, you don't. You have no clue. Actually, you've never even been in the street. Please pass this along. You have no idea who this can help.
ICE is out here raiding people's apartments. I was driving to the office this morning. I saw the ICE truck. And I also saw a lot of police officers on the motorcycles. So you guys, please stay indoor and be silent. Even if they knock on your door, do not say a word. Like, just stay indoor at this point. Do not come out. Because they are literally targeting Hispanics. Because all the cars that got pulled over this morning, I believe over 30 cars got pulled over this morning. And they were all Hispanics. So just be mindful and beware of your surrounding at this moment, because they are out here looking for you guys. Like, this is insane. I'm still shaking because it was just like cars was just passing by. And I'm like, wait, am I getting pulled over? I'm not driving fast.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Ruby Masaga. Today I want us to talk about ICE raids. And like I said on one of my episodes, this situation is creating a lot of fear, especially in immigrant communities, because of how these raids are being conducted. So some people are saying that ICE are ambushing people in neighborhoods, churches, schools, without even any warning. So we are here to ask, how are you supposed to protect yourself if ambushed? That is what I want us to talk about today. But first, let me share a few videos here. Then let me know in the comment section what you think about them. Yeah, remember to subscribe, like, and share as well.
Here's what to do if ICE shows up at your house. Everyone living in the United States has certain constitutional rights. So if you're undocumented and ICE shows up at your house, you should know that you have these rights. First, you don't have to open the door or let the officers into your house unless they have a valid search warrant signed by a judge. An ICE deportation order is not the same as a valid search warrant signed by a judge. So if that's the document that they have, you don't have to let them in the house. If they say they have a search warrant signed by a judge, you tell them to slide it under the door so that you can take a look at it before you open that door. Second, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to talk to those officers. You don't have to answer any questions. If they ask you where you were born or how you came into the United States, you don't have to answer those questions. You can refuse to show identity documents and you can refuse to answer the question of where you came from. But it's really important that you don't show fake documentation or lie to the officers. Third, you have the right to speak to a lawyer. If you're detained or you're taken into custody by the ICE officers, you have the right to immediately contact a lawyer. You also have the right to contact your country's consulate. You can refuse to sign any and all paperwork until you've had the chance to speak to a lawyer. And if you choose to sign something before you've spoken to a lawyer, you better make sure that you fully understand what that document says and what it means before you sign it.
I did another version of this video in Spanish, some basic pointers about what to do if you encounter ICE. Depending on how this happens, the advice is a little bit different, right? If you're in a public place or it's a workplace raid or something like that, and ICE happens to be there, leave. Like, if you are able to safely leave the place calmly and exit. If they're trying to stop you from leaving, then you need to start asking, am I being detained or am I free to go? That's all you need to say. Am I being detained or am I free to go? If you're being detained and they start to question you, maintain silence. Do not answer their questions. If you have legal status, like you're a resident, or you have TPS or DACA that is valid, show those documents and those documents only, and then ask, am I free to go? Do not answer any other questions. If you do not have a fixed status that renders you not deportable from the United States, do not answer any questions at all unless you're being detained. If you're being detained, the only thing that you need to say is that you have at least 2 years, longer than 2 years in the United States, if that applies to you. If you've been here longer than 2 years, you should assert that. Other than that, don't say anything other than I'm maintaining my right to stay silent and I want an attorney. They keep asking you questions like, why did you say you've been here longer than 2 years? What country are you from? Attorney. Attorney, that's the only word that you know.
Chicago, born and raised. Deportation is going to start on January 21st. What that means is, if you have no paperwork to prove that you can be in the United States, they're going to start rounding up people left and right that are undocumented. Now, Chicago is a sanctuary city. What that means is it protects people that do not have paperwork, that are here illegally. But unfortunately, the Trump administration is not playing no games. The governor cannot save you. The mayor cannot save you. Trump's not playing no games. As he was campaigning, he was letting everybody know what's going to happen. Now, my advice to anybody that does not have paperwork in Chicago, do not be outside thinking you're going to be safe, that this is not going to happen. This administration is not playing no games. They're coming after everybody that's in this country illegally. What they're telling you is they want you to come here, but they want you to come here legally with paperwork. So Chicago is going to see something that has never been seen in our history. Be careful. Do not do nothing stupid. If you get caught, just follow the rules and see what happens.
So like you've heard, never give your information to anyone unless your lawyer is present. And actually, even when your lawyer is present, you're not the one who is supposed to be talking. It's your lawyer. So don't go around trusting people, thinking that everyone is ICE. I believe some people are taking advantage of the situation. They will go around committing crime, pretending to be ICE. They are taking advantage of the situation. So don't trust people with your information. Be quiet. If they want to arrest you, let them arrest you, but you have all the right to remain silent until when your lawyer is present. That is the work of your lawyer. You need to stay calm and avoid confrontation. Do what they ask you to do, but don't argue with them. Don't argue. Stay quiet. Be calm. Some people don't know how to handle emotions. Some of these ICE, they're human beings, remember. So when you start arguing with them, they can even decide to deport you even before they take you to court. So you need to remember, the situation there is about you. It's you who is being arrested. It's you who is at the stake of being, deported to whichever country. So you need to protect yourself by staying calm. Keep quiet. Don't argue. That is all that you need to do. Something else I've heard is you need to alert others. You need to alert your brothers, your sisters, your friends. Maybe you've seen them, or maybe you've heard a word on the streets. You need to tell them, let them prepare at least. Because when these people come, they don't give you any warning. So some of you are not even prepared. When you're ambushed, you have nothing even to prove that you're there legally. So you need to as long as you know you're there as an immigrant, please alert your friends, family members, alert them so that they can also be safe. I believe some people are being deported unfairly. Maybe they have the papers, but because they don't have that chance to explain their case, they're being deported unfairly. So please make sure you alert others. I know I said earlier that you need to stay calm. I know sometimes it's very hard to stay calm, especially when you're ambushed. Sometimes when we are ambushed, we don't even know what to talk. We don't even know what to say. We just start fumbling. When you're ambushed, the mind goes totally blank. But at least try and have your lawyer's information at the fingertip. Make sure that anytime, any day you walk out there, make sure you have the information of your lawyer, because that is the only thing that can help you. Maybe you might say something without even thinking, but when you have your lawyer's contacts, your lawyer's information, that can help you. You also need to make sure that you have that. I blame how these raids are being conducted. I feel like it's very wrong to ambush people, especially at workplaces, schools, churches. It's very wrong. I feel like they need to come up with a way of arresting people, or even, summon them in court. The way they are doing these raids is very wrong. They are forgetting that these are human beings they are dealing with. Imagine, I feel like maybe that is why when some people get deported, they become very depressed because of how they are deported. Some of them are deported without nothing, totally nothing. All the money, all the properties they worked hard for, maybe for years, they end up leaving everything there. These people end up being very depressed. And we can't say that they should deal with the situation because they brought it to themselves. Remember, they are human beings. They are human beings. They need love. The same way you'll need love from people out there, they also need that love. We need to treat each other with, respect. I don't know why some people lack humanity. We treat each other as if we are treating animals. You can't just ambush someone, even before they explain themselves to you, you deport them. What if you end up deporting someone who is in America legally? How do you feel when you go to sleep after you've done whatever that you've done to someone out there? You arrest them, you deport them, and their kids are crying. Their wives are there watching. How do you feel about it? Would you love if the same happened to you? I know some of you won't agree with me, but honestly, I feel like how these raids are being conducted is wrong. What I think is they really need to come up with a way. Either notify someone to appear in court, or just arrest someone with respect. Don't ambush them. Don't disrespect them in front of either clients, family members, or even in front of their kids. It's wrong. You're traumatizing every person around them. You're traumatizing kids, especially kids. Remember, these are minors. The moment you arrest their father, do you think they will ever forget that thing? They won't. It will stick with them forever. Let's treat each other with dignity. No matter their immigration status, we need to treat them with respect. And people being deported, if you know you're an immigrant, make sure you have your important document with you. Make sure you know your rights. Don't be ambushed and you have no way to protect yourself. You need to work with your documents. You need to have your lawyer's information. You need to, know your rights. Don't go around sharing your information. That is what you need to do to protect yourself. Remember that. Yeah, guys, let me know how you're protecting yourself out there. Leave a comment and remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, bye.